Today we are going to learn about HL7 Explorer for Mac. The point of this video is there's a problem which I face and which multiple people generally face. There are a lot of explorers for Windows. For example, the Interface Explorer, the famous one, which we use, but there is nothing for Mac. Similarly, we have HL7 Spy, we have HL7 Soup. Nobody has developed for Mac version. Everybody just use it for Windows. So people who are actually having a MacBook face a lot of problems. And what I feel, there's a lot of missing things in this particular tools which we need to upgrade ourselves. So I developed a complete new tool specially for Mac users, and the other thing is like even I thought of developing it for Windows users as well, because there are a lot of options in the tool which I developed, so people can use it. So let's start without any disturbance. This is nothing but HL7 Shines Explorer. This is free and a beta version available in my GitHub, and I'm going to give the link directly so people can download it. So I'll be giving this link. There are two installations for Mac OS and Windows, and this is around not more than 15 MB and this is not more than 10 MB. It's very quick. It can be installed very instantly. Perfect. Now let's explore the tool and how important and how better this is. So let's see. We'll start with the inspect element, and we don't have any HL7 message. Let's paste any particular sample HL7 message. Even for sample HL7 message, we already have a link where we generally grab details and use it. So even I'll be providing this link. Let's copy a sample HL7 message over here. So let's go here and we will paste a sample message over here. The thing is like once you paste, you can just click on parse and inspect. That's it. You will get a lot of options, lot of options. Don't get confused. We'll go one by one. And this particular app is built in a very important GUI way. So all things starts from the left side. When you click something, we have another tab and other tab. So it's very easy to understand and human readable way. And you have multiple themes over here: the clinical blue, clinical white, the midnight dark and everything. So you can choose between the themes. I especially choose clinical view for the explanation. So when you click over here, you even have the drag and drop options. So on the workbench, it generally shows the HL7 raw message and the number of fields. You can see you don't need to scroll up and down. You just need to click EVN, PID, NK1. It's going to show all the fields. Even the subfields, we have two parts over here. It directly shows how many iterations or like how many subcomponents are there. When you click over it, it is going to show everything. So it's very simple and very human understandable way. There are like multiple other interface explorers which are a little bit complex to understand, and I won't feel the GUI is very simple enough. This is a very fast HL7 Shines Explorer. So you're going to see a lot of other options over here, and you can see even the data type is present and whether it is required or not also is present. So it's very important when you are troubleshooting real-time issues. If you paste any HL7 message, if it is required and it is empty, you will clearly understand there is a problem with that particular message. So this tool has everything. So depending upon the tool, depending upon the HL7 message you paste, you get the data types, the details and everything. The other part is like it has even a show empty fields. For example, if I remove this MSH6, MSH7 and MSH8, and if I click on this, it automatically erases the fields. So I think this would be a bad message to show, but I'll click on hide, click on. So yeah, we missed few things here. When I emptied the field, you can see I click hide, automatically it hides this particular messages. So for example, if I even remove this MSH6 and if I click tick mark, automatically it gets removed. If I want to show that empty fields, it will show. So it doesn't waste our time. This is one of the options and it is so powerful. For example, if I want to search anything over here, it's a dynamic search. You don't need to click on search. You just type it, the particular field comes. It's like almost instant, like less than like 10 milliseconds. For example, if I want to search something like this particular name, I'll just paste it over here, just see how fast it works. That's it. So you don't need to worry about searching things and other things. So let's take one real-time sample HL7 messages. HL7 sample messages. You can search it online. You can copy and paste. So yep, we'll take the first one. We'll copy over here. You don't need to do anything. Just click over here, paste new workspace. That's it. So you need to click parse and inspect. You will be landing into this page. And the other thing is like you can see over here, if there are like multiple iterations, for example, if there are multiple options, even that will give over here whether you need to choose production, training, or debugging. So even this will help to understand what's going on. And we'll click on this particular segments, go through all the segments. So that would be a very basic thing in this particular tool. We are just in the workbench section. At the top, you can see all the metadata and important details are shown here. This patient name, the MRN number, the visit location, and everything. So generally when we interact with our managers or team leads, this particular metadata is important. We cannot search right by going through the PID-5 and checking, okay, what is the patient name. This directly gives everything, and this copy metadata is a very powerful option. It will copy all these details. So while you try to email to your colleagues or friends, you can directly paste it. So all the metadata has been clearly coming over here. This is one of the important thing which is missing in multiple HL7 Explorer tools, because it's very difficult to identify what is the metadata and everything. So this will help us. If you want to copy the complete HL7 message, again, this copy HL7 message works. That's it. So a lot of tools, a lot of things, they just only tip of the iceberg, this particular workbench. You can go to form. Again, this is a different view. In the workbench, you will get this particular raw message, but in the form, it is completely expanded and you can check everything. In the structure, it will show how many fields we have, like how many fields have been populated and everything. So if you have a big HL7 message, that will be very useful. So for example, in other interface explorers, that was not that much clear in expanding things. But over here, you will get a lot of details. And the raw message, if you want to edit something, you can add it directly over here. And not only in the raw, even over here, you can add it. That's not a problem at all. If I say patient ID is 123, you just need to click the tick mark. So it will be added automatically. So it's a dual confirmation. For example, if someone by mistakenly edited the patient identifier, the MRN, it doesn't get add over here. You can see over here, it's just 1234 and 42 over here. You need to check mark, double check it. So people will know whether they edited this by mistakenly or intentionally. I just clicked on it. That's it, it got added. So in the validation, this is not, it's currently the beta version. You can ignore this. You can go to plain English. This is one of the amazing thing. So it will read the complete HL7 message and try to give us in a plain English format. It says the message was sent from sending application to sending facility, and it is giving all the details. So for our understanding, let's take some better HL7 example. So what we'll do, we have an option over here, open file, and I'm going to choose some HL7 messages from my database. I'll click over here, and yep, if I go to plain English, it says the message was sent by system at hospital to ADT lab. The patient name is Nicolas Macias with identifier this particular details. So everything is there. Again, one of the important thing which generally people face while they are getting trained on HL7 messages, sample message library. So I created a sample message library over here. So when you click, there are a lot of HL7 messages, like multiple. You can search for anything. For example, if you search MDM, it's very quick. You have different type of MDM. If you search ORU, you have different type of ORU messages. When you click on it, see, there are a lot of details in this particular sample HL7 message, which is very useful while you are training. All details are present, all fields are present. So it is very, very useful. So if you go to plain English, it says the message was sent by Cerner training at North Star Medical Center to particular hospital, and the patient name, the assigned location, and a lot of other details. So this sample library, again, it's inbuilt in this particular 10 MB application. So you get the sample library of all types of HL7 messages. You can open, if you have bulk messages over here, for example, if I click open and I want to select all this 1000 messages together, okay, so for example 25 messages or something like that, I'll click, you get everything. Again, interesting part is you can search for your particular message. I say A02, only A02s will be filtered. Okay, if I type something like April, so this patient name is April Wheeler, only April Wheeler will be filtered. It's very fast. It's like almost like I say 20 to 30 milliseconds, even in this particular filter part. And there are subsections. The 20 imported files are present over here. For example, if I select, it will show only this particular thing in the workbench. But if I select this 20 imported files, you can see this. So while you're testing multiple images for multiple interfaces, you can import multiple bunches over here and you can check over here. So this is one package contains only one message. This package contains only one message, but I imported 20 files and it contains multiple messages. So it is very, very easy to do troubleshooting, support issues and everything. So this is one of the best option. We have sample library. You can import multiple messages. And other good thing, it's not just ends with the inspect of this particular HL7 message. There are a lot of options over here. As I already said, this was not enough. As an real-time HL7 developer with like 2 decades or 3 decades of experience, we have a lot of things to do. So that is nothing but analyze. So if you select any particular HL7 message, it will analyze that particular mix. How many types of messages are there? Like what are the messages, number of fields, if there are any errors or warning in that particular HL7 message, what is the size of that particular package. So that's amazing, right? For example, if I select only this and go to analyze, it will say only one message, files observed 193, error 0, file size 3 KB. But if I select this and analyze, we have a lot of things, right? So this will be really helpful while you are doing benchmarking on counting the number of messages and size of the messages. Another thing is like I use generally beyond compare to compare the messages, but I even wanted this comparison inside the HL7 Explorer. So we don't need to paste multiple messages in Notepad++, Beyond Compare and other tools, right? So why not build everything inside HL7 Explorer, and that too very lightweight, less than 10 MB. So for example, if I selected this particular message and in the outbound, I'm just selecting some other message from this package. You can see these are the differences. This is A01, this is A03, this A, and this message MSH10 is different. So these are the differences observed in these two particular messages. So this will even do the beyond compare job. For example, if you want to show everything, you can see these are something matching in the two messages, but the message type is different, the control ID is different. Even it will show the complete message with the difference in it. If you uncheck this, it will only show the difference of this. So it is very easy to compare. If you have bulk of messages and if you are troubleshooting, it's a cakewalk to do and use this compare tool. And your assistant, for example, you need to identify what is the purpose of message and what is the root of it, the data and everything. The assistants analyze everything and gives you all the details. Again, you can select different messages over here to get the details. So a lot of powerful options. Maybe in one video I cannot explain. You can download this and try start using it. And we have both for Windows and MacBook as well. And integrations, if you go to integrations, I intentionally kept a file reader over here. So you can directly select a message and read the files, a file writer. It's almost like an integration engine, a 10 MB integration engine, and the freeware. You have a complete clipboard or scratch tab. For example, I don't want to use a Notepad++ while I'm using this. So I'll just paste this over here and think this as a Notepad++. If I go over here, what I'll do, I'll copy this metadata. I'll go to integrations. For example, if I want to paste this, yes, I can use this something like Notepad also. That's not an issue. I can edit over here. I can do everything what I want to do in Notepad++. So we'll jump back to integrations and yeah, we'll select this 20 messages. Okay, yeah, you can see we have HL7 assistant trying to identify the messages and everything already over here, and we have MLLP integration to test connections and everything. So we have everything over here. So yeah, so if you go to transmit again, we have this send message, and we can start listening to our Mirth or Rhapsody or local IP port. So a lot of other things, everything inbuilt into it. So yeah, and we have a documentation on how everything works, what are the shortcut keys, and everything. I was going too fast. I know that. I want to wrap up it as a quick video. Maybe in future I'll be doing multiple videos. So it's a great option to use this particular tool. I'm going to be building a lot of other options in the enterprise edition. In future, having a lot of other details. Even I will be providing that for free. So yep, use this GitHub link and start downloading this particular tool. It's very simple. If you go to Mac installation, you can do the same for Windows as well. If you go to Mac installation, just click on this particular thing, and there is a dot command file where you can install. So I'll just show you that. I'll drag it over here. So if you go to Explorer Mac installation, once you click the dot command file, it will launch the terminal. For example, I'll open this. So this has launched in other terminal, and it will start installing everything, and it will give you options to click. For example, I'll say, okay, that's it. So give all the permissions and it will install. The only thing you need to note down while installing, go to system settings. In the privacy part, you have something known as privacy and security, where generally permissions are not provided, but you need to go here and give all the permissions. So it would be very easy to get all the permissions and the installation will be done. That's it. You will be having the HL7 tool, and you can search with the name of HL7 SHINES Explorer. HL7, okay, I'm sorry, HL7 SHINES Explorer, and you will be able to launch this particular app. So I think that's it for this particular video. I made it very fast, just for your understanding. Start using this. Post your comments, post your opinions if it is useful, or if you want me to edit few more things or upgrade in this package. So yep, we'll work all together, especially for MacBook users, and even start testing for the Windows users as well, how helpful it is. Rather than using boring interface explorer, we will use some advanced tool trying to troubleshoot, making our work easy, especially copying this metadata. Thank you. Have a great day. Hope this was helpful.